And if we don't work on it, we can get used to the gift and stop appreciating the gift. Hashem gives somebody, a spouse, or any other gifts, children. We're excited at first, and sometimes we need to work on appreciating, reminding ourselves the gifts that we have. I want to say that it's so exciting to have the opportunity to learn with the Chevra, that I get a chance again to learn with Alicia Edelman, to learn with Nafti, to come daily. Right now, I don't have to work on it yet. I'm still excited daily. It's something that I do not take for granted. Be'ez Hashem, we'll get many chances to learn together in all different forms, and maybe we'll have to work on it to appreciate it. I'm so thankful, Abi Lachman, that I have this chance that we get every afternoon to sit down and learn together is something that I appreciate. It's something I want to thank Hashem, give Shevach V'Odah to Hashem for the opportunity that we get to learn Torah every afternoon together. And I want to give Shevach to you. I want to thank you for being here, Menachem Wiener, to thank the whole Olam, David Levinger. I'm thankful that we have this opportunity. I'm thankful to you, and I'm thankful to Hashem that we have this opportunity to learn Torah. There's so many guys here, everybody here, that I have a chance. Shmuley Shus is sitting in Kailul, and Hashem worked things out that daily I have a chance to learn Torah together with Shmuley. I don't take that lightly. That the Perlman, the precious Perlman Mishpacha from Gav and his family from Baltimore, I have a chance daily to learn with them. Mayor Friedler, the Friedler family. A thank you to Hashem and a thank you to you. It's not taken for granted. I wanted to learn something, Rabbi Say, today, before we get opportunities to hear Matt, who's just been dazzling us all and uplifting us all. I want to study something that it should be. We're right now middle of Sefirat HaOmer. Today was the 20th day of the Omer, 2 weeks. Today is the 20th day of the Omer, 2 weeks and 6 days. And Klal Yisrael's counting the mitzvah d'Rabbanan. It's a mitzvah d'Oraisa, but there's a Beis HaMikdash. The Pashtus Bizman Hazeh is a mitzvah d'Rabbanan. And I want to speak about this precious mitzvah of Sefirat HaOmer that all the Jewish people are counting. I want to study this mitzvah. I think there's tremendous lessons for you and I if we'll understand this mitzvah well. I think it's one of the greatest pieces Rav Hirsch ever wrote. I'm curious, Shlomo Zalman, who's gotten so into Rav Hirsch, who's a Talmud of Rav Hirsch, if he studied this piece in his collected writings around the year, his first piece on the month of Iyar is a legendary piece. It got Rav Hirsch in trouble with some people. There are Yidden upset at Rav Hirsch for this piece. I'm excited about this piece and feel it's a dazzling piece. His first piece in Iyar, I want to learn with you and learn a little bit about Sefirat HaOmer. Let us start, Rabbi Say, with the Pasuk in Dvarim. The Pasuk in Dvarim, where Hashem is mitzaveh, commands the mitzvah d'Oraisa of Sefirat HaOmer. We'll discuss why it's the Rabbanan today. Let's start, Rabbi Say, with the Pasuk in Re'eh. The Pasuk in Re'eh says as follows: Shiva Shavuos, 7 weeks. Tisbar lach, shall you count when? Mehachel cheresh bakama. Mehachel means when it begins. Chermesh is the sickle. When the sickle, that is the tool used to harvest. When the sickle hits the stalk, bakama means the stalk. When the sickle hits the stalk, Tachel lisper shiva shavuos, shall you begin to count 7 weeks of Sefira. It happens to be the just derech agav, the Rishonim say in Asmachta, that you're supposed to count when you say Sefirat HaOmer. You should stand. You should stand when you say Sefirat HaOmer, because it says Mehachel chermesh, when the sickle hits bakama, when it touches the stalk. The Rishonim say in Asmach, the bakama standing, and you should stand when you count Sefirat HaOmer. That's it's not ma'akev. If somebody's sitting is yaitze b'diavad, but l'chatchila b'shas Sefiras HaOmer one should stand, because bakama we darshan as if it says bakama standing. But I want to discuss those three words today, Menachem Wiener. Sefiras HaOmer begins when the sickle hits the stalk. What sickle, what stalk are we talking about? What stalk? As Chazal ask, different people harvest different days. What is Hashem saying? I want you to count Sefiras HaOmer when the sickle hits the stalk. Every farmer's sickle hits his stalk on a different day. It means when the farmers start harvesting, but farmers harvest on different day. And Hashem told us start counting Sefiras HaOmer when the farmer's sickle hits his stalk. What's going on? So we have to study another parsha. We have to study a parsha in Parshas Omer. This coming week we're reading. This coming week is Achrei Mos Kedoshim. We're going to read after. Next week is the parsha, I hope in Shul, is Parshas Omer. In Parshas Omer, it says as follows, and I want to study briefly these laws with the Chevra. In Parshas Omer, it says as follows, Daber el b'nei Yisrael, speak to the Jewish people, v'amarta aleim, and tell Klal Yisrael, ki savo el haaretz, when you come to Eretz Yisrael, asher ani noisei lachem, that I am giving you, uktsartem es ksira, cut its cutting, ve'veisem es omer reishis ktsirchem el hakoyin, and bring in Omer, is an asira seifa, bring the first cutting to the koyin. The rule is like this, Rabbi say, and these are open psukim in the Torah. In Parshas Omer, the rule is like this. We're sitting in Eretz Yisrael, a beautiful land, picture, visualize. When Eretz Yisrael, each of us on our land, it's a little bit of a sensitive topic to me. I'm a Levi, and I am not going to get a specific chelek. I'm probably going to get in the Arei Miklat with the murderers, but I certainly hope I'll be able to visit Viggy often. Maybe he'll give me, maybe I can live somewhere in his forest in the back once in a while. But us Levium are not going to get a regular chelek. We're going to get in the Arei Miklat. But all the Yisraelim are going to get a piece of Eretz Yisrael. Now picture, Rabbi say, we're going to sit in Eretz Yisrael, our land. And the land's going to produce beautiful peiros, fruits, a land producing and successful, prosperous land. And the rule is like this. Nobody's allowed to touch any of the grains, of the 5 grains, wheat, barley, oats, spelt, and rye, the main grains that people live off of. Nobody's allowed to touch any of the grains. It's growing all year. Don't touch it until this carbon is brought. It's a pasuk in Parshas Omer, and the pasuk says, "The lechem, the kali, the caramel, bread. If you turned all those grains into bread, kali, if you roasted all those grains, caramel, if you rubbed and mushed them together, loy seichlu, you cannot eat all 5 of the grains ad etzem hayoyim hazeh." Until the carbon Omer is brought. On the second day of Pesach, a carbon was brought called the carbon Omer. And the second day Pesach, we cut down in Asira Sa'efa of grain. We cut down grain. We brought it to the Kohen, who waved it in front of the Mizbeach. And we brought a carbon along with it. And until that carbon is brought on the second day Pesach, all the grains of Eretz Yisrael are forbidden. Not just Eretz Yisrael, it's a machlokes Tanayim in Mesechtas Kedushin Daf Lamed Zayin, but the Rosh, the Rambam, and Rif, all paskin, all the grains of all the world are asur midaraisa, and this is a law that applies today. All the grains of the world are asur midaraisa until the carbon Omer is brought. On the second day Pesach, we cut the first grains and we bring it to the Kohen. Until that is done, that carbon Omer, all the grains of the year are Aser. It's called the Isser Daraisa of Chadash. Everything is called new. And Chadash is Aser Midaraisa. You're not allowed to touch, including Bisman Hazeh. Including Bisman Hazeh, the Rosh, Rambam, and Rif, including Chutz Laretz. All paskin Midaraisa, Machlokes Tanaim. They all paskin that grains are Aser Midaraisa until the carbon Omer is brought on the second day Pesach. That is the halacha of Chadash. All the grains, you're a farmer, and on the 5 grains, wheat, barley, oats, spelt, and rye, the main things that we make bread and the main sustenance of man, you can't touch it. All the grains are forbidden midaraisa, no farmer can touch it until that carbon Omer is brought on the second day of Pesach. When is it Aser today, Rabbi Say? Today, we don't have the carbon Omer. So at what point can we eat the grains of the whole year? So that's a Gemara in Sukkah. Many of us learned this together. It's a Gemara Sukkah Daf Mem Aleph. Bisman Hazeh, we don't have a carbon Omer. So the Mishnah in Sukkah says, Sheyehei yoim haneif kula yaser. Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai made a takana that the entire day, the second day of Pesach, the entire day it's Aser. The Gemara has a machlokes, but we'll say one man, the Omer Mem Aleph in Sukkah, that really it should have been mutter today from the morning. Today we don't have a carbon Omer. So the second day of Pesach, the Itzumai Shel Yom, the second day of Pesach allows all the grains to be eaten. However, Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai said, wait till the night. Wait till the second day finishes. Yom HaNeif, the day of the Tnufas HaOmer is Kula Yaser. Wait till the end. Midaraisa, we can eat the grains from the whole year. On the beginning of the second day Pesach, Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai was geyser midrabanan to wait to this end of the day. But there's a very important lesson. Avi Wolaski, thank you for being here. I want to highlight your grandmother is a remarkable person. I want everybody to meet Avi's grandmother. Excellent, excellent. I want to say we were zeicha to meet grandma. Well, many of us were zeicha to meet Avi's grandmother at the graduation. And this positive, wonderful person, she was younger than all the graduates. She was younger. She is young, positive, an excited person. And her energy captured the whole graduating class. I've been zeicha afterwards to get a kesher. I want her to give a bracha to everybody. Before we continue our vart, I'm going to unmute. Avi, if you can unmute. Avi, introduce your grandmother to give a quick bracha to everybody.
This is Grandma Waterbury. That's Grandma.
Yeah.
Give a bracha.
Everything should be good. Everybody should be healthy, number one. Number two, have a little patience till we get out of this problem we have right now. And everything will be good for everybody. Baruch Hashem.
Amen. Amen. You should be healthy and continue to have nachas from your children and grandchildren. I'm honored to learn with you. Thank you for being here.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, Rabbi. Thank you.
Rabbi say it's a zchus to have somebody, a precious person who has a precious mishpacha. It's an honor to be able to learn Torah with Avi's grandmother. I want to continue on, Rabbi say, and say like this, that what is the nature of this carbon? So let's get the facts and let's try to organize ourselves. On the second day of Pesach, a carbon, a sacrifice, we take the first grains, and those grains allow us to eat all the grains of Eretz Yisrael. What is happening? What is happening? Question one. Now, it's clearly not just connected to the carbon. How do I know it's not just connected to the carbon? Because Bisman Hazeh, we don't have the carbon. Yet the second day of Pesach allows us to eat the grain of the whole year. What is it about the second day of Pesach that allows us now you can eat all the grain that grew this past year? What is happening? Why is this so? Why is this din d'oraisa that you're not allowed to eat the grains? All of us cannot eat grains of the whole year until the second day of Pesach. If you're wondering to yourself, everybody here is makbid on the laws of Chadash. Of course, Chadash is an Isser D'Oraisa. We are all makbid. When you see bakeries that say we are makbid on Yashan, they don't rely on certain rives. In America and many countries do not have this rive. You are all makbid on this Isser. The Mishnah Berurah is very machmir on this. And we are all makbid, and many countries don't have a rive, especially when you travel. In America, we typically can assume that many of the foods, when you eat a box of Wheaties, the grain did not come from this year, it came from before last year. So the second day of Pesach was matter. But nonetheless, what is this that all grain is usher till the second day Pesach? That is question one. And question two is, what is this pasuk in Re'eh? Mehachel chermesh bakama. When the sickle hits the stalk, which means when they have the carbon Omer on the second day Pesach, we ask every farmer harvest on a different day, but this pasuk refers to the carbon Omer that's on the second day Pesach. And Hashem says, Sefirat HaOmer should be from the carbon Omer, shall you count 7 weeks till Shavuos. What is this second day of Pesach? This carbon Omer that allows me to eat all the grains that I count from there until Shavuos. What's happening? What is the nature of the second day Pesach that allows all the grains to be eaten? And what is it? And what is it that we count from the second day Pesach until Shavuos? So please bear with me, Rabbi say, and I want to share what Rabbi Hirsch says as follows, Rabbi say. Step number one, picture you're sitting in Eretz Yisrael. The Wolaski Mishpach has a tremendous love of Eretz Yisrael. They go there for all the regalim, Pesach, Shavuos, and Sukkot. So picture Eretz Yisrael. And we're sitting on our land, celebrating the amazing gifts of Hashem. And we just pull in the produce, and we want to eat the grains, the wheat, oat, spelt, rye, barley. We want to eat the grains of Eretz Yisrael. Says the Torah, don't touch it till the first day Pesach. Only the second day. Meaning, I want you to experience the first day Pesach. The first day Pesach, says our story, how did we get the land? Don't touch the bounty of the land until you say the story of our people and speak about where did we get it from. We got it from Hashem. You're sitting with tremendous richness. A person wants to eat all the bounty of Eretz Yisrael. Don't touch all the wealth you have until you remember where it came from. That is, Rav Hirsch says, the second day Pesach. Till you experience the first day Pesach, till you sit with your family and in detail say the start of our people. We were avodim to Paray, and Hashem miraculously, biyad chazaka, took us out, sustained us in the desert, and brought us to Eretz Yisrael. Hachilonu es amon. Go through the Seder and sit with your family and discuss where it came from. Don't touch the bounty until you remember who gave it to you. It's geschmack what you have. I can picture a mother telling her son who gets bar mitzvah presents and wants to spend the presents. The mother's saying, till you write a thank you letter to Uncle Joe, don't touch the money. First, thank him. First, know where it came from. We are not allowed to touch the grains of the whole year until we have the first day Pesach. All the grains that Hashem gifted us of Eretz Yisrael, Don't touch it till you remember who it came from, until you thank Hashem. Much like the bracha that we are obligated to make on each individual portion of food we have. And it's asur lahanos b'olam hazeh b'li bracha, in a collective way, when we're in Eretz Yisrael. None of the grains, and even today, none of the grains are touched till the second day Pesach. To say that to enjoy the bounty, remember where it came from, remember who gave it. That is how Rabbi Hirsch explains the second day of Pesach. Not to eat from all the richness we have until we remember Hashem and who gave it to us. So all the grains are forbidden till we sit down to the first Seder, till we have the first day Pesach. Then on the second day, we bring a carbon. And at that point, when there's a Beis Hamikdash, all the grains become mutter. Today, without the carbon, all the grains become mutter. Now is step number 2, says Rabbi Hirsch.
I am at 250.
From that day, Rabbi say, step number 2. From that second day of Pesach, we are to count till Shavuos. Says Rabbi Hirsch, what is the inyan there? We're celebrating the great gift of Eretz Yisrael. Step 1 is remember who gave it. And step 2 is remember for what purpose. We count from the day that we're allowed to eat our bounty, from the day we bring the carbon Omer, and all the grains are permitted to eat. It all becomes ours. We count till Shavuos, because we say we remember its purpose. We have a beautiful land and beautiful gifts of the land. Count till Shavuos. Remember its purpose is to serve Hashem. We have so much bounty, so much gifts of Eretz Yisrael, but we must count from the day of the carbon Omer, when all the gifts of Eretz Yisrael are allowed to be enjoyed, because we remember who gave it, remember for what purpose are all the gifts. And as such, from the second day Pesach, when we thanked Hashem and remember who gave us the land, we count till Sefirat, till Shavuos, and it's called Sefirat HaOmer, the counting of the Omer. From that day, we can enjoy and be nene from the bounty of Eretz Yisrael, because we remember who gave it, but we also remember for what purpose, to serve Hashem. And as such, we count till Shavuos. I would like to read a few quotes from Rabbi Hirsch that I just found dazzling, as this. He describes, Rabbi Hirsch, I'm going to read you a few lines that I think are fascinating. He says, the experience of our days has brought home to us the full significance of this counting, the full seriousness of the warning for ourselves also. We have lived through times when Israel's sons have stood on the steps of the throne, at the doors of council chambers with the Torah in their arms, begging for the right to a home, for the right to own land and property. And when they have so grossly overrated this right, so long denied, so grudgingly and precariously granted, they declare themselves ready to sacrifice an eighth, a quarter, a half of the Torah, their sacred and unique national possession, in order to obtain in return a half, a quarter, an eighth of the right to settle and take root in the land of their birth. They declared themselves ready to sell the Torah for the sickle. Sefirat HaOmer says all the gifts of the land is for the purpose of serving Hashem. It's a great gift, Eretz Yisrael. The sickle, having soil, having land, and all the Paris arts are tremendous. We yearn for Geula. We yearn for the land. We yearn for Eretz Yisrael, but all for the purpose of serving Hashem. Never be ready to sell the Torah for the sickle. The sickle is for the Torah. He describes, he says, Judah, your Klal Yisrael was sent into Galus because its prized land and soil as the bulwark of its freedom, and because it prized land and soil and belittled the Torah. The Galus cannot end with the same delusion. We can really be delivered only when the centuries, the Ghoori, shall have taught us their lesson, which is that when we have assured our freedom and independence and recovered possession of the land, which has been waiting for us for thousands of years, we must use them purely in the service of Hashem. That with the sickle placed again in our hands, we must not cease to be Jews. But when the sickle is laid on the land, we must then really begin to be Jews, to perform our Jewish task. He has a line, Rabbi Hirsch has a brilliant line. He says, from the time we deified the sickle, we lost the sickle. If we celebrate Gashmias as an ends for itself, but not for a hechatimsa to serve Hashem, then we lose the bounty that we have. And he says Golus will end when we use the physical gifts of Hashem that are precious. Remember who gave them to us and for what purpose. I want to read you one more quote, then we'll talk outside. We must remain convinced that the sickle also would lose its value for us if we could buy it at the cost of the Torah. If we could use it only to the detriment of the Torah, and that we can grasp the sickle with one hand only if we embrace the Torah all the more firmly with the other hand. Rav Hirsch says God will once again be able to place in our hands the sickle on our own ancient land, firmly convinced that we shall not again with the beginning of the sickle cease to be Jews, but then that we shall at the last truly begin to count forward towards his Torah. Explains Rav Hirsch in very simple terms, Rabbi say. The purpose of counting from the second day of Pesach until Shavuos is that the second day allowed us to enjoy Eretz Yisrael and all its fruits. And the purpose of all that bounty and all that plenty is for the service of Torah. So now we really understand that whole second day Pesach and the Sefirat HaOmer is between two events, Pesach and Shavuos. And very exactly placed there is the right to enjoy all the bounty of Eretz Yisrael. Always remember who gave it to us, Pesach. And always remember for what purpose, for the service of Hashem. Now we don't have Eretz Yisrael in the way of Geula. Certainly we're zeicha to visit it and enjoy it, and many of us learn Torah there. But it doesn't run al piyat Torah. It is not 100% shomer Torah mitzvahs. And certainly to be zeicha to Eretz Yisrael in its fullness, a Geula shlema, it has to be those two parts. We remember who gave it, remember and thank Hashem. And count to Shavuos, remember its purpose. It's wonderful, the land. It's tremendous. It's Kadosh V'Tar for a purpose of serving Hashem. That is the gorgeous piece of Rav Hirsch. I think it's so precious. The Rabbanan told us to count Sefirat HaOmer today. And certainly it's to remember a Zecher to the Beis HaMikdash, but the lessons of Sefirat HaOmer. And Rav Hirsch says that this point is what will bring us the Geula. The lessons, Rabbi say, of the gifts that we do merit. Hashem gifts us with a lot today. We're not zeich as a Ummah Shlema, and we yearn. We wait for that day. And we're not zeich as an entire Klal Yisrael to merit, to sit in Eretz Yisrael that's running al piyat Torah and chukei Torah. We're not zeich to that today. And certainly there was a day when we had the whole Eretz Yisrael, and we used to remember, we ate all the fruits of Eretz Yisrael. When we remembered who gave it to us, Pesach, we thanked Hashem in great detail for giving us Eretz Yisrael. And then we counted till Shavuos. We remembered the purpose of all the gifts. But the Rabbanan were Masak and Sefirat HaOmer today. And I think the lessons to us in appreciating our bounty. All of us have been brought home to face the richness, to face the great. We are sitting daily with our richness, our families, our homes. And Hashem gives us with so much today. And these 2 points remain ever true. The 2 points, remember who gave the gifts. Thank Hashem for the gifts that we have. I'm sitting with my family in this situation, and it's something I want to last well after this difficult situation leaves. My family and I, Baruch Hashem, eat supper together every night, and I'm makbid as such. We sit down, it's just delicious. We sit down together and eat supper. And I want that custom to stay way after Be'ez Hashem, that we somehow figure out how to eat supper as a family. And certainly we're seeing the great gifts Hashem gives us, the great wealth Hashem bestows us. These 2 points. Remember who gave it to us. Thank Hashem. Remember the gifts we have in our situation. See them, enjoy them, and thank Hashem. Remember the giver of the gifts. Remember who gave out the gifts. I just learned with my son the Gemara Baba Kama 2 nights ago. We learned the Gemara in Achayvel Chamra Lamara. Even when you thank the poor of Hashem's gifts, remember who gave it to us. Remember who gave us the gifts. Thank Hashem. Rabbi say, let's be mechazik in brachas. What Pesach is on a national level to the Jewish people. Each Yid who sits with his own food, with his own wealth, with his own gifts, make a bracha. That's the Pesach of Eretz Yisrael. Remember from where it came. Thank Hashem for the gifts we have in our lives. Constantly thank for the gifts. Step 1, before we touch any gift of Hashem, that bar mitzvah boy who wants to spend $100, thank the person who it came from. Thank, appreciate, thank who it came from. We enjoy yeshiva. We always enjoy yeshiva. We're sitting there in yeshiva. We enjoy. Do we thank our parents? Our parents built the yeshiva. Their money of tuition builds the yeshiva. The Rosh Yeshiva created the yeshiva, like Kaufman Shlita. Tzaddikim like Dr. Metz and other tzaddikim give money to yeshiva and allow us to be there. Before we gain and enjoy things in this world, remember who gave it. Remember who gave it and thank the people who give us and allow us to enjoy. Thank the givers of the gifts. That's message 1 of Sefirat HaOmer, of the second day Pesach, that allows us to eat the grains. And we're calling this whole period Sefirat HaOmer. The Omer talks to every God-fearing person, and we count the Omer. One message of that carbon Omer is remember who gave us gifts. Thank Hashem constantly for the gifts of our lives. Chazer, remind and remember, say Moedim and thank Hashem for the gifts of our life. The second message of Sefirat HaOmer is remember the purpose. Remember the gifts, what to use them for. We're Zeicha daily to have beautiful songs sung to us. Somebody has a beautiful voice. We're thankful they know the lesson of Sefirat HaOmer. Here, Chaim and Shlomo Ghoori are blessed with gorgeous voices, and clearly they remember the purpose of gifts. Always remember when we're gifted things, the purpose. We don't have Eretz Yisrael today with Gula Shlema. We don't have it running with a Melech Yisrael. We don't have Kohanim and Levim serving in the Beis HaMikdash. That we don't have today. But we're still, the Chachamim said, still count from the carbon Omer till Shavuos. Remember the purpose, that major gift in Galus we don't have, but we have many gifts. Remember the purpose of our gifts. How powerful are we when we're graced by Hashem with gifts? I have a Chavrusa Abi Walaski, you met his grandmother, and I always see he's graced with gifts. He's somebody who's dignified, classy, people like connecting to him. And we've spoken how we can take those gifts and use them for the Jewish people. All of us have gifts. Count from our gifts to Shavuos. Remember that the purpose of all our gifts is to serve Hashem, is to use it for Torah, for learning Torah, for living Torah, for the will of Hashem, which Torah represents. That is Sefirat HaOmer. So as such, I think we have a deeper understanding of Sefirat HaOmer. 2 lessons of the carbon Omer, and we're in this kufa that we count from that carbon till Shavuos. Let's remember the lessons of the carbon Omer. All the gifts of Hashem, remember who gave us the gifts, and thank him a lot, and specifically and detailed for the gifts that we have. Lesson number 1. Lesson number 2, is remember the purpose of those gifts. The purpose, Torah, the service of Hashem. That's beautiful Sefer Kihem Chayenu, that he taught us our mission of Kiddush Shamayim, our mission of loyalty to Hashem. Use the gifts. Count from your gifts to Shavuos. Use all your gifts to serve Hashem. Let us dedicate our precious gifts for the service of Hashem. That is one of the great lessons of Sefirat HaOmer. All of us should be zeicha these two ideas, to thank Hashem for the gifts, utilize them in the right way. All of us should be zeicha these two ideas. I wanted to ask Chaim and Shlomo, L'Kavod Grandma, if we could dedicate a song. You two pick the song. Let's do a song for Grandma. I think you're unmuted, Chaim and Shlomo. Are you unmuted? Yes. Chaim, do you hear?
Yeah, I'm here, Rabbi.
Excellent.
Trying to figure out a song.
Do you have a song you want to sing?
I don't know. No, I think we're gonna have to go with one.
Your song. Grandma never heard your song, Chaim. I think your song is Kedai, the English song. Is that Shayach?
No, I'd rather not.
Good. I like that. Excellent. What song would you rather do?
Should we do Yeshvu?
Yes, thank you. Very appropriate.
Eretz Yisrael so much.
Eretz Yisrael, very appropriate. Excellent.
Nice. I like that. Yeshvu zekeinim muskeinais birchai v'is Yerushalayim. 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 V'yishmi shantai v'yadai merai yamin. V'yishmi shantai v'yadai merai yamin. Rebbe, you're muted.
That was awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Chaim. Thank you, Shlomo. Gorgeous. You nailed the exact right song, Chaim. Thank you.
My song when I had
Thank
the
you.
guitar.
Say that again.
So we'll do our song when my song when I have a guitar. Just easier.
We're getting back. We're getting there. We did day 20 today, so we're certainly getting there. I see Sholi gave you a 10 on the song. Excellent. Good Shuli. I didn't ask Eli Dachs. I don't know if I can put him on the spot. He is here, Eli Dachs, and many have asked for Eli. Let me find Eli. Eli, do you want to sing? Would you sing today, Eli?
Yeah, I can sing something. I just don't want to be.
Oh, thank you. You get to pick the song. Chaim picked and nailed it, so you pick the song.
I'll try to do something easy because I don't have any instruments. So
we love We want to hear your voice, Els.
I can sing Eidcha.
Perfect. Perfect.
Eidcha Hashem, Hashem Elokai, B'chol levavi. Oivachavdo Shimcha, Shimcha li'olam. Vachavda Shimcha li'olam. Ayodecha Hashem Elokai. Oivecha Levavi. I gotta switch the keys. Too low. That's too low.
Take it right. Perfect.
I just feel like I wasn't giving enough emotion when I was doing this the lower key.
That was awesome. You always sing from the heart, Ellie. It's appreciated a lot.
Thank you, Rabbi.
The second, Ellie, when we get back to guitars, I want you to sing some of your English compositions, Ellie.
100%, 100%.
That was awesome. That was awesome. Thank you, Ellie. Maybe Ellie Grunberg is on, Ellie. Do one more song for Ellie Grunberg.
Which song does everyone want me to hear? Everyone want me to sing?
You do one you like singing.
Quickly. Oy na 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 Hoivani kirvas Eloikim Hoilitoim litoim Na 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 Oy na 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 Hoivani kirvas Eloikim Hoilitoim litoim.
Off the charts. You got a standing O on that one. Excellent. Thank you, Ellie. We got to have you on more often. I'm
always on. I just hide my face.
Thank you, Ellie. Thank you. I know you're on. I just mean we have to have you singing more often. Thank you, Ellie. I love you, Ellie. That was awesome. Thank you, Ellie Grunberg, for being here. Thank you to the whole Olam. Rabbi say all of us, it is the 20th day of Sefirat, and there are many things people work on during Sefirat HaOmer, and everybody's preparing for Kabbalah Satira, but I think it's always in bounds. Thank Hashem for our gifts. Thank Hashem. Remember the Carbon Omer, the second day of Pesach, that the first day allows us to enjoy all the gifts that we have because we thanked Hashem. And remember, for what purpose do we have our gifts? For the purpose of serving Hashem. Remember to use the gifts in the proper way, to use them to bring out Kiddush Shamayim. I think it's just so appropriate that we're hearing people sing, remember, celebrating gifts and using them for the right reason. We can't go a day and we didn't hear Matt Levin. Let me try to find Matt to end with a song from Matt Levin. That is definitely popular demand. Let me find him. He may have run away after the Torah. Thank you, Meir Kush, for being. How are you feeling, Matt?
Unreal. Wow. What a sweet yid, Ellie. He sang so beautifully. And the Ghoories, unreal.
Amazing. Have you met Ellie in person, Matt?
Well, if I didn't, it's just a waste of a life. I'm telling you.
Thanks a million, Matt,
Oh,
for being here. What
yeah, thank you for
song are
having me.
you feeling now?
I think today I'm just gonna speak words of love, actually, because Mama's just singing. We're ready. Like, you know, when you're at the top, it's like you're pouring more. It's just like the water will overflow and fall out. It's like we want to keep it in there. I just wanted to let Rebbe know. I was thinking this morning, Mamish, early in the morning. I was thinking the beauty of our yeshiva is how every Rebbe really lets every yid shine in his ultimate, in his fullness. It's like one yid is an artist. Usher and the other guys that were there yesterday. Who was he with the Shefa truck? That was beautiful.
Yehuda
They
Krupka.
shine, and in Mamish, that's how they get closer to Hashem. A yid like me, other yid, and through music, it connects them to Hashem, and through that, ultimately as well, with learning Torah and stuff. But it's so beautiful how, like, there's no words. I was Mamish thinking about this and kvetching a schmuck early this morning. I made up a good niggin, but I'm not ready to sing it. It happens to be. Unreal, Rebbe, unreal. It's just blown away.
Thank you. You're amazing.
Mamish.
We all appreciate you, and thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
Done. I'm thinking, Matt, you know they have power rankings. They have like these power rankings in different sports. In the Zoom power rankings, you're like way up there, Matt. But it's not just you. Thank you, Matt, for everything. Thank you.
Rebbe, thank you so much.
Thank you. If I can ask, I don't want to put, people are going to be afraid to come on. I'm going to put people on the spot. But the chevra that we haven't heard from Mati at all, he's on daily. And if I could ask tomorrow on Thursday at 2 o'clock, we'll start at 2. At 2:05, even for 5-10 minutes, if Mati shares with us, it could be in any area of Torah. Mati, is that, I apologize to ask so publicly, is that Shaykh Mati?
What did Rabbi want?
Any area of Torah, share with us Divrei Torah, 5 to 10 minutes tomorrow at like 2:05. I'll start us off. You'll share a few minutes of Divrei Torah, and then I'll pick up. Is that Shaykh Mati?
Mitzvah Hashem, yeah.
Any area, some Divrei Torah, a few minutes of Divrei Torah. Thank you, Mati. Thank you, Mati. Have a great night, Mati. Thank you so much, Rabbi Say. Tonight will be 8:30. Be'ez Hashem Avos, Mishnah Yud. We're in Parak Aleph, Mishnah Yud. Have an outstanding day, Rabbi Say. Hatzlacha Rabba. Thank you so much.